and local bragging rights for a year to follow. Enjoying this one, Martin Carney, and first, Marty Morrissey.
It's Offaly against Laois for a right to play Mayo in an All-Ireland quarter-final. Darren Rooney tries to knock it forward. Kieran McManus is now on the half-forward line, of course, this afternoon, so that's going to be an interesting tussle. Comes first, Colin Quaid, he hits it. It's a smashing shot. Great start for Offaly. Here's Bruno McCormack trying to squeeze one through. Again, Offaly get a hand to it. Cathal Daly getting their head of Brian McDonald, better known as Bino. The ball is broken free. First Brendan Quigley. Credit Bino for the hard work. Here's Quigley! Oh, across the face of the goal. Let's just watch this again.
Yeah, he comes through this time again on his left foot, but drags it badly wide.
Tom Kelly, Billy Sheehan, willing to take on Nigel Brennan from Ballycumber. Back again, fires Bruno McCormack. Played half-back during the National Football League. Slips one through first, Chris Conway in a space, but doesn't avail of it. That ball is wide. That's 7 wides for Laois.
Yeah, and again, a feature of the game has been their wastefulness, and again, you've got to actually question, you know, their choices of shots. Some of them are from bad angles, some of them are from far too far out, and again, I repeat it, they don't have enough players in their full forward line to work the ball through.
Brendan Quigley, beautiful catch, unwilling to run. Porry Clancy is to his left. Quigley goes right, he has a shot, and it's over the bar. Easily the score of the game so far from Timahoe in County Laois. Bino lays it back for Ross Mullin, cuts inside, good play, good football. Ross Mullin gets his second point of the match.
Good skill by Mullin again, a great assist by Bino that time. Just look at the side step and again the incisive finish.
Neville Coughlin tries to get this in again to McNamee. This time the referee didn't like the challenge of Aidan Fennelly. It's going to be a free in for the faithful county. So there's a chance here. Well, they're going to use a quick free instead. They've yet to score in the second half, having played with the breeze. Pascal Keelan just to the right and wide. It's a terrible reflection on Offaly that despite the very strong gale force winds here in O'Moore Park, Portlaoise, that they've yet to score in this second half. 7 points to 3.
Yeah, but they're not even threatening, and that's the worrying thing from an Offaly point of view.
McManus gathers in the middle of the field, held by Porry Clancy, free for Offaly. Getting behind the ball is the strategy, as Kieran McManus hits it and puts it over the bar. It took 24 minutes and about 22 seconds for that to happen. It's Offaly's first point in the second half. And Offaly produce a goal. Still plenty of time. Tom Kelly goes forward, lays it back for his Munnelly. Porry Clancy is inside, there's a goal chance! Laois are on the way to the All-Ireland quarter-final against Mayo. Book your ticket. A defence-splitting move involving several Laois players, ending with the man who was returned. Here was Ross Munnelly, here was Kelly, here was Clancy, and here was the back of the Offaly net. Giving it long once more. They have an extra man back there. It's 2 against 1. Fine catch by Niall McNamee. Pass inside to John Reynolds is not a good one, and again it's the diminutive Joe Higgins. His anticipation, his reading of the game is quite superb. Ian Fitzgerald looking around, 2 against 2 in front of him. Looking for it is Ross Munnelly, turning and sending it over the bar. Not alone are the tickets booked, but indeed the bus is booked at this stage. They're heading to Croke Park. Shane Sullivan. Not a great ball for Kieran McManus. It works out okay. Back around the middle of the field now as Offaly try to reorganise. Goes for the long ball once more. Little or no option. Niall McNamee, still a class act. Three Laois players behind him, beside him, comes back off the post. Nothing going right for Offaly. Joe Higgins fires Pádraig Clancy. And Laois have certainly found a midfield combination that could well be quite formidable as the championship now progresses into the final 8. Brendan Quigley and Pádraig Clancy are quite a pair. Huge men who can play football and certainly have a level of skill that you don't associate normally in terms of Gaelic football with fellas who are 6'5½".
Yeah, and again, they'll have a fantastic contest against the likes of Ronan McGarty and Pat Hart the next day, who played very well for Mayo in the Connacht final.
Laois playing out time now as we're into injury time here in Port Leisha. Mick O'Dwyer still guiding from the sideline as Laois retain possession, tries from a difficult enough angle, and the umpires agree that that is over the bar. That's a very good score by Chris Conway, his first from play from a very difficult angle and his third overall. Kim McManus always gives his heart, wanted the free to be taken, but in fairness, Joe McQuillan is right, the referee has to be taken from where the foul was committed. Kieran McManus going for height again, dropping it in. And again, Brendan Quigley has taken up almost full back, drops the ball this time, and Fergal Byrne is there. The referee blows the full-time whistle. It's a very impressive performance by Laois. At times in the first half, you'd think they were kicking the ball away. In total, they had 14 wides. But certainly when they went in at half-time, you felt 2 points wasn't enough, considering that Fergal Byron had missed a penalty by driving it, blazing it over the crossbar. But Laois...
The usual post-mortems around the county, but, you know, club championship moves on. That's the heart of football. So, you know, my club has a chance of winning something that every club feels they have a chance of winning. So, you know, you have to give them 100% now for the next few weeks, and you can't be moping around. So, you know, I look forward to that. But, yeah, it's a disappointment, really.
John, not for the first time in my life, I'm confused yet again. Colm O'Rourke described this game as a poor quality football with a lot of elementary mistakes, and the great Mick described it as being a great game of football. Which one was?
Derby. It's like a Mayo Galway, it's like a Cork Kerry. There's a lot of local rivalry there. I mean, the border, Port Arlington, there's half of Port Arlington is in Offaly and half is in Laois. And like, there's two clubs there, Gracefield in Offaly and St. Joe. So there's a huge rivalry there that kind of takes the chance of it being a good football game nearly out. Then put it in a provincial ground and you've very little chance. And I just think that Offaly didn't play at all today. I mean, Laois...
Yeah, and look, we have clips here of a win, you know, great takes in the middle of the field, yeah, and really dominating and scoring as well, you know, going right through the heart of the Offaly.
He has blossomed over the last 4 or 5 weeks, Pat. That going out early has given Micko the chance to get him through. Because against Dublin, he didn't look like he was good enough.
And
even the bomber got fired, and you know, like they're fantastic at breaking out with the ball. Joe Higgins, who was very good today, and you know,
their defence was clean against Dublin, and here you see what they're doing here.
He's rejigged it. He put Joe Higgins back where he should be, left corner back.
Darren Rooney's full back.
Darren Rooney's full back, put a bit of steel at full back, and you know, like, that's a great Munnelly point. Munnelly now, who wasn't fit for the Dublin game. Nobody can tell me he was fit, because he wasn't up to the pace of the game at all. He's got another 3 or 4 weeks under his belt where he's starting to play, and like, this is a fantastic. This is as good a goal as we've had in the championship. Yeah. You know, Pádraig Clancy got through against Dublin, Cluxton saved. This time in the back of the net, game over.
And significantly, Tom Kelly was in the middle of that as well. Their half-back line is really coming forward.
And against Dublin, they were blitzed in the middle third of the field. Tom Kelly, all men you should say, you know, were good footballers, didn't get a kick.
Come here, Eve picked out another piece of VT involving a Mayarishka. Please, Tinders.
Well, certainly Brendan Quigley was a major contributor to the game today. Pádraig Clancy, when he came on, Tom Kelly was, to me, back to his best, and Kieran McManus, you know, was the lone heart there of Offaly today.
That'll cheer up Joe Brawley.
You know, I'm sure it will cheer up Joe, but like, Kieran gave us all for Offaly, as he always has done, good or bad. But you know,
John,
I think
the man of the match.
But the man of the match, when it all was said and done, I'd say by a fair bit, was Joe Higgins. I thought he was absolutely superb today. He was back to his best. He had a knee operation a few years ago, but all through the game today, he was took ball in the air. He's not a big man, but
5'6".
See the way he took that ball, and he, again, balls that he had to win, And remember, what we have to remember here is that Thomas Deehan and Niall McNamee were the big scoring threat.
And they give Dublin awful.
They didn't score at all
the Dublin
today.
cornerbacks
And
awful
Deehan, Joe's man, was taken off towards the end of the game. So that sums it up.
Well, after the match, Joe Higgins spoke to our man, Con Murphy.
Well, a really fantastic performance from Joe Higgins means he's the RTE Bank of Ireland man of the match. Joe, congratulations. Great performance by you and the team.
Yeah, I suppose it was a great team performance, you know. There's never too much between ourselves and Offaly, but we got some lucky breaks, you know, and we got there in the end. Just good team performance.
To keep their full forward line scoreless was a fine achievement.
I didn't know that, but yeah, it's going well, I suppose, all year, you know. Two lads in there, they're usually a two-man full forward line. We had great respect for him coming in today, but we had lots of lads coming back and helping out, you know, like Brendan Quigley. Darren was there helping out the whole time, Gilly, you know. It was a real team performance.